Hello Capsuleer, my name is Gildy and welcome to EVE Online.
EVE's overview gives you a ton of information, but it is not the only source of it. The whole game constantly feeds you different pieces of information through what you can see. Thing is, most people do not pay attention to it or know what the things happening on the screen mean. From environment, system gates, to even ship models, if you pay attention, you can either get extra details or even an upper hand during a fight. Today, we will explore another batch of things out of overview that feeds you subtle hints, and for all of you playing in potato mode constantly, you will be able to see bits and pieces of how pretty EVE can be. First one today you might encounter if you logged off in a player-owned station for a bit. You log back in, and the hangar looks different, weird, alarming even, pun intended. That's right, you are not hallucinating. The changing lighting, ambience, all of this has a reason, and the reason is that the station you are docked in is currently reinforced or can be under attack. Each of those states, of course, has a quite clear hologram telling you what is happening, from armor reinforced, through armor under attack, to hull under attack for medium stations. I am also pretty sure that you can get more messages on large structures which have a hull reinforcement timer, as well as go into low power state. It's nothing groundbreaking because you can of course just undock and see the exact status of the station you just got out of, but it is a very nice detail that shows off the current state of a station without you having to even undock at all. It doesn't have to be there, but I personally love those small things that get added and let me get a little bit more immersed in the game. Next one we will review today is the state your ship is in at the moment and damage types you can see right away. When it comes to damage, there is two categories you can distinguish. First, some time ago, CCP made an update to missile effects, giving each of the missile damage archetypes its own distinct animation on hit. Therefore, whether your enemy is using EM, thermal, kinetic or explosive missiles, if you just zoom in a little, you can get an upper hand in knowing what damage type you're receiving at the moment. How is it beneficial? If your fit has directional shield or armor hardness, and they are completely not useful against this enemy dealing particular damage type to you, and your fit is just not that cap stable, you can just turn them off and gain those few seconds of cap you might need. Just saying. And the new effects are pretty. Let's not forget about the pretty factor. Second type of damage you will see on the ship is that ship receiving shield damage clearly shows that by shots hitting said shield first. Anyone running shield hardener will also be visible by the animation of shields glistening, which happens as long as the module is running. You can also distinguish if the ship being attacked is actively repairing by looking for the animation of way quicker flickering of the shield. Then, when the shields are depleted, armor follows similar patterns. Active armor hardness make the ship's surface glisten periodically. Taking armor damage leaves charred spots on the ship, making it look more and more damaged the lower the HP goes. Armor repairs are actually not over the whole ship, but rather can be visible as animation around the damaged spots, showing how the repairer is trying to patch your ship back up. Lastly, there is hull damage. It used to just be way more of the damage type looking quite similar to armor one, but recent changes have made quite a difference. There is now fires erupting from the ship that keep going as long as the hull damage is not repaired, making the difference between armor and hull damage clearly visible. Another ship-related visual tip is about Triglavian ships. This line of ships uses entropic disintegrators, which by themselves are quite interesting weapons. They gain damage after each consecutive hit on a target. This gives them massive damage potential, but also having no damage fall-off means that they are very vulnerable to E-War, which can reset the whole cycle. One thing that was recently introduced is that with UI, if you hover over your disintegrator, it will show you how far you are from the max damage output. But it's not the only place where you can see this. The color of the disintegrator beam changes as the spool up towards max damage progresses, with the beam getting wider as well. Moreover, all ships have their hardpoints, and when you turn the weapons on, they simply start firing. However, all Triglavian ships have whole animation that goes along with the firing, or even repairing when it comes to their Logi ships. They kind of unfold, putting power into weapon, which is quite a unique thing, because the only other ships that have a quite distinct animation related to using modules that come to my mind is Marauders, turning the Bastion on, and Babaroga, new addition to the game, has a separate animation for a Bastion as well, and the other one is of course Rorqual, changing completely when turning the Industrial Core on. Another point I want to touch on is not related to ship models, but it's an effect of ships being in space and interacting with it. When newbies ask me for safety tips for exploring wormholes, I give them two choices where to scan the wormhole from. One is to go and warp inside the wormhole system to a Celestial and drop a bookmark between the wormhole and the Celestial and scan from there, keeping D-scan at full range, 360 degrees, to see any incoming combat probes and have time to warp off. Bonus points if they leave the bookmark within the scan range of the wormhole itself to see if it didn't get bubbled. This is especially great for alphas that have no cloak. One way, which is a little riskier without cloak, but I think should be done by anyone that has even the most basic of cloaks, is to orbit the wormhole they came through at like 4 kilometers or so. This is because as long as the system map doesn't take your whole screen, you will see ripples going through the wormhole the moment anyone goes through it, alarming you to the presence of other capsuleers coming through it, while they might not necessarily know your existence yet. This is especially true if you don't have probes out yet, or they are outside of the max D-scan range from the wormhole you are orbiting at the moment. This lets you wait the situation out and see if that's just another harmless explorer, or maybe a hunter following you, letting you simply uncloak and take the wormhole back. Lastly, let's take a look at insurgencies. They have a lot of influence on the systems that they are in, both mechanically and visually. First, let's look at suppression. In suppressed systems, police ships will start roaming around gates and even inside stations. The higher the suppression level, the more of them will be around. Thing is, in-station police will indicate how suppressed the system you are in is, but on gates, it has to do with how suppressed the target system is. Same goes for corruption. In system, as the corruption grows, you will see graffiti show up on sides of stations and gates, and on gates, the more corruption the target system has, the bigger the display of combat booster, deathless and general pirate adverts you will see instead of the usual ones, which is a very nice and clean indication that you're going into insurgency corrupted systems, even if you turned off all of the notifications about insurgencies in the game options. And that's all I have for you today. Do you know of some other neat graphical details that give you extra info about the game world? Let me know in the comments. As usual, if you drop any comment under the video, add your in-game name to it. As a celebration of the channel hitting 3000 subscribers, we are doing a little bigger giveaway than usual. I will be choosing 7 random comments from under this video. First 6 winners get a partner exclusive ship skin you see on the screen and 5 Master at Arms cerebral accelerators. 7th person will be getting 500 million ISK wired directly to their wallet. Only original comments count, not answering to someone's comment. Discord is also getting a treat. There will be a giveaway for 4 partner skins plus cerebral accelerators, plus 5th person will be getting 500 million ISK again, and there will be a second giveaway for 1 Master at Arms pacifier and 1 Master at Arms enforcer skins. Link to the Discord server is in the video description. Both giveaways will finish 3 days from this video being published. If you would like to support me, you can use my referral link in the video description to get 1 million skill points. You lose nothing and I get a kickback from your first purchases done in the EVE Online store if you used it. Other way without a cost to you is to use code GUILDY either in the EVE store or on the Market Dragon website. It supports me as I receive a small commission from the purchases done with the code. Lastly, if you want to throw a coin or two my way and get a badge next to your name when you comment, you can join the channel. Click the join button below the video to see the details. If you enjoyed this video, share it with a corp mate that might need it, leave a like and subscribe to see my future uploads. If you are interested in what I will talk about next, my videos go up on Sundays. And if we never see each other in space again, Capsulia, fly safe.